Hey everybody. Okay. Sorry to have to make you watch this, but we need to make up some time because of holidays. Last week I went on the English department MT, so we just have to make it up. By the way, sorry it's so dark in here. I never actually do this in the evening, but that's super bright. So I think that might be a little annoying, which is why I turned it off. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. I uploaded another video, and that's about how to make a PPT, the good successful PPT, which you'll have to do for your project. And that's about 20 minutes long. And since our classes are 75 minutes, I need to have at least around 37, 38 minutes worth of video. So I thought we could take advantage of this time. And this video will be approximately 17 or 18 minutes. And what I'm going to do is introduce the next kind of grammar point or language focus, which we'll talk about starting next Tuesday. So by watching this, you'll have already heard about, gotten some information about the new grammar point. So when we have class on Tuesday, you'll already know and you'll be ready to just dive right in. So let me first mention that I'm going to upload a Word file with this video, or I think just in the materials section. And so if you check the materials section, you'll find this, which is, it's a Word document and it's VAG. Oh, I need to change this. So this will say, I'm not sure. Forget the word I usually say. Something, this will be different. It won't say probably grammar, but anyways, this is the handout. And so this is the handout, which I will cover in this video. So let's just get started. Okay. Okay, so let's get going. This is Makeup Recorded Lecture. Okay, so what we're going to talk about next is vague and precise language. So I think all of you know precise means like exact, which is like over here, very clear. Vague language, it doesn't have to be precise. It can be around a certain number, for example. And there's reasons why. For example, in some professions, it's okay to be vague. In other professions, I think it's very important to be precise. Probably architects, engineers, they need to be very precise. I think computer programmers, when they program code using programming language, they need to be very precise. Doctors or surgeons must be precise, especially when cutting someone open. So there are times in our life when it's okay to be vague, but there are some times when we should be precise. So we're going to talk about language related to that. So when is it okay to be vague when talking about amounts? As you can see here, these are liquid amounts, measures, distances, money, that's an amount. Directions. And when is it important to be, or necessary to be precise? So I thought of some, and here we go. How about this? Buying meat. Let's say you're going to make some bulgogi, or you want to make a steak. You go to the store, grocery store, and you're probably not looking for a precise weight. Maybe you want 500 grams, around 500 grams. But I don't think you're going to sit there and search for a package that has exactly 500. You might take 478 grams, no problem. Adding water to ramyun. I think very few people actually measure out. Most people just, they get the cup and they just pour a bunch of water in there, throw it in the microwave. Let's say your friend asks you, hey, what's the temperature outside? It's around 18. You probably don't have to be precise. But if you're buying gold, you want to be precise, or if you're selling gold, or if you're using medicine, especially if you're getting a shot or something, I think you want to make sure you use precise amount. Paying, let's say you take a loan out from the bank, you're going to have to pay back every single one. That needs to be precise. Okay, directions. Well, here's an example. Hey, let's say you're talking to your friend. Be like, hey, let's meet around Gongneung Station. Now, we don't know exactly where, just it's around or nearby Gongneung Station. Then your friend might reply, okay, let's meet right in front of Starbucks. That is precise. It's exactly where you're going to meet up. Okay, so sometimes we're vague, sometimes we're precise. So what we want to do is practice the language to convey those different situations. All right, so this has been, time just flies making these things, 6.5 minutes, so about 10 minutes left. Okay, now I'm just going to go over that handout, the reference sheet. Using vague and precise language. Okay, vague, somewhat, precise, certainly. We use, or people use, vague, somewhat, that type of language when the speaker isn't sure. Sometimes you're not sure, or you just don't need to be exact. And we use about and around those expressions. Or you can use somewhat, kind of, when you want to describe something to a small degree. You're not being exact, just it's kind of spicy. On the other hand, sometimes you need to be precise. And so that's when we use this language, when it is important to give an exact amount or description of something precisely right. And it could be directions, for example. And we use definitely when something is certainly true. Okay, so these expressions here, about, around, kind of, precisely, right, definitely, those are the expressions we're focusing on using for the next few classes. So we can use this language to talk about amounts and times. Amounts can be weights, lengths, money, temperatures, degrees. Amounts can be so many different things. And times, of course, is time. So, hold on a second. Vague, somewhat. When talking about amounts and times, there are two expressions: about, around, plus the number. So, the movie's about 2 hours long. Yeah, we don't have to be precise. Maybe it's 110 minutes, but it's about 2 hours long. The party starts around 6. So here it sounds like it's not super important that you're there at exactly 6. All right. On the other hand, when you need to be exact, when you need to be precise, we say precisely plus the number. It's precisely 18.2 degrees outside. It's probably not a very natural expression. People normally don't say that, but sometimes you need to be precise. The party starts at precisely 6. Okay, so there sounds like the party, it's important maybe to be there by 6. Okay, now for locations, this is kind of related to directions. So we say around. So around was used for amounts and times. Around is also used for locations. So, hey, my house sits around Hage Station. Call me when you arrive at the station, for example, and I'll come and pick you up. Right? So when you're being precise, right, then preposition, then location. So my house is right next to Hage Station. It's right across from Save Zone. Okay. And finally, for just descriptions. Kind of. Just remember this means somewhat, a little bit, kind of. The party's kind of formal. Wear something nice. Or definitely plus adjective. The party is definitely formal. So wear a suit or a dress. Okay. so that covers page 1. Now, because we're talking about a lot of numbers here, I want to make sure that all of you know how to express certain numbers like fractions in English. From my experience teaching, I found that students are not too familiar or familiar at all. So I want to go over some important information and ways to express certain types of numbers and how to use numbers with things. So let's start with expressing fractions. And you'll notice this is on page 2 of that handout. So far we've just covered the first page. Now we're moving down here. So fractions are bunsu and decimals are sosu. And that's actually in this too. So, okay, here's a fraction with bunsu. So 3/5. 3 is the numerator, bunja. 5 is the denominator in this fraction, bunmo. So when expressing fractions, when speaking fractions, if the number on top, the numerator, is more than 1, the denominator, the number on bottom, is spoken as plural. So 1 is not more than 1. So we don't say fourths, just fourth. 1/4, 1/8. 3 is larger than 1. So 4 is expressed in a plural manner. 3/4, 7/8. Okay, get a little practice. Take 15 seconds. Think about how to say those fractions. Okay, 2 is larger than 1. So that means fifth is going to be plural. 2/5. 9 is larger than 1. 10 will be plural. 9/10. 1 is not larger than 1. It's 1. So 1, and we say third. Just like 2 is half, 3 is third, then 4/4, 5th, 6th. So 2 and 3, little unique. 6 is larger than 1, 6/7. Okay, so that's how you express fractions. If the numerator is larger than 1, the denominator is pluralized. Let's move on. Subject-verb agreement when using fractions and percentages. This is not so clear, so I want to go over it. When expressing fractions, 1/2, and percentages, 50%, the subject, what those fractions and percentages are describing, determine whether the verb is singular or plural. The fraction or the percentage does not determine whether or not the verb is singular or plural. It is the subject. So if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. So regardless of the percentage or the fraction, irregardless, I should say. So food is singular. 3/4 of the food was eaten. Food is singular. 75% of the food was eaten. Was are singular verbs. This number does not affect that. It's the subject. TV shows, plural. Just remember, we don't say dramas, TV shows. 1/2 of the TV shows are bad. 50% of the TV shows are bad. So 50, 1/2, that does not determine the verb if it's singular or plural. The subject does. So 10 seconds. So we have 4 new words here, 4 new subjects. Choose singular form of the verb, plural. Gonna go slightly over 17 minutes. Okay, milk, singular, 1/8 of the milk smells. apps is plural. 10% of the apps cost $1. 2/3 of the people, plural, were late. 95% of the rice, singular, is white. So as you can see, none of the fractions or the percentages affect whether or not the verb is in the singular form or the plural form. Okay, let's move on. Okay, here, now we're going to say decimals. Decimals, did I write that in Korean? Oh, darn it. So decimals means the dot. So when you're writing numbers. So these are the rules for amounts and measurements other than dollars. And I'm not familiar with other world currencies. I know this is definitely for US dollars. So when expressing decimals for amounts and measurements other than dollars, the number to the left of the decimal point, that's the dot, is spoken first. The decimal point is spoken as point. And then the numbers to the right of the decimal point are spoken as separate numbers from left to right. So let's take a look. It's easier with examples. So here's the decimal point. Okay, the number to the left is spoken first, 11. Then the decimal point is spoken as point, 11 point. Then the numbers to the right of the decimal point are spoken as separate numbers from left to right. There's only one number, 11.1. Okay, here we have a weight. So number to the left is spoken first, 23. Decimal point, point. Only one number, 4, 23.4 kilograms. Okay, here we go. Now, 100 point. Now these numbers are spoken as separate numbers, not 32, not 32. 3, 2, 100.32. Finally, I'm sorry, miles. And I don't know why I'm in America, we use miles. 77.99 liters, not 77.99. 77.99 liters. Okay. Oh, okay. So I added this at the last moment. So here's a note, 0. This is spoken as 0 or O. So how can you say these for amounts? Just give you 10 seconds. Is this 9.11 or 9.11? 9.11. All right. Is this 53.30 grams? 53.30 kilograms. Should say grams. Or 53.30. So this can be O or 0, doesn't matter. 100 and is optional. You can say 123 or 123. It's okay either way. 123.45 centimeters. Finally, 90.02 or 90.02 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. If you're in Korea, or I should say most of the world except for the States, I don't think there are any other countries that use Fahrenheit. But assuming that the person you're speaking to knows whether it's Celsius or Fahrenheit, saying Celsius or Fahrenheit is optional. So if I ask you, hey, what's the temperature outside? And you say it's 90.02 degrees, I'll assume you mean Fahrenheit, which is like, I don't know, 21 degrees, something like that, Celsius. Okay. We are getting close to finishing. So Sorry, we're running slightly late, as always. Now, this is decimals for dollars, US dollars. I don't know about pounds, euros. I'm not sure. So this is definitely for US dollars. Okay, when expressing decimals for dollars, and I find students are not familiar with this, so hopefully you'll learn something here that you find important. The number to the left of the decimal point is spoken first, just like the previous slide. Then we say dollar or dollars. Only use dollar if it's one, more than $1. Then the decimal point this time is spoken as and, not point. And then the numbers to the right of the decimal point are spoken as one number, not like the previous slide. You don't say the numbers to the right of the decimal point as separate numbers. Smash them together, one number. Then cents. And only use cent if there's only 1 cent. So let's look at examples, easier. So the number to the left of the decimal point is spoken first, 1. Then dollar or dollars is spoken. Since this is just $1. The decimal point right here is spoken as and. Then the numbers to the right of the decimal point are spoken as one number, not 10, 10. Then cents, because this is more than 1. There's more than 1 cent. So $1.10. Here we go. $23.45. Not $23.45. $23.45. Also, not $23.45. We say and with US dollars. Finally, $100 and 32 cents. Okay, here's $3 amounts. Almost done. Okay, number to the left, $61 and, not point, 99 cents, not 99. $61.99. $3 and $3.03. $3.03. Finally, 500 and or just 545 or 545. Once again, and is optional. $545.54. All right. Last part. So rounding up and rounding down for numbers. When expressing numbers vaguely, but you don't have to be precise. Sometimes you want to round up. Numbers 5 through 9. I'm sure it's the same in Korea. Or round down, numbers 1 through 4. So rounding up 77%. Rounding up around 80%. $2.97, about $3. 70, now round down, 1 through 4. 72%, around 70%. $2.03, about $2. Okay, last part. Rounding up, 98%, around or about 100%. Now this is just 99 cents. There's no dollar here. So if you see a 0 here, you don't even say $1 because it's not even, it's less than $1. So here we just say 99 cents, which if you round up is about $1. It's about $1, $1. 12%, round it down, around 10%, $55 and $55.53. Depending on how precise or vague you can be. about $55.50. All right, we're done. Okay, sorry, this is slightly over 17, 18 minutes. Ooh, 25, sorry about that. Okay. Have a great weekend, assuming you watch this before Sunday. If not, enjoy the rest of your weekend or have a great day. Anyways, see you in class, and it's been fun. See ya.